Amayang Butak. Welcome to another exciting episode of My Filipino Adventure. I am Mike, I'm your American tour guide, and Ina, my fiance, is in the Philippines waiting for me to arrive. So, now I tend to think that everyone knows the channel when they don't. 75% of my viewers are not subscribed, so I get a lot of questions when I don't say these things. That's why I said that this time. Ina is my fiance. This trip, we're going over to have our embassy interview so she can get her K1 visa. So that is, when I say visa, I don't need a visa, it's for her. And since we're 4 days away from traveling, this is my 5th or 6th trip, so I know what to do. But if you're a newbie, if this is your first trip to the Philippines, let's go over the checklist of what you need to do before you go. Now, my last video, I just mentioned kind of things that you don't normally think about, and then I was getting a lot of responses saying, oh, that's all you really need to do? Now, those are just a couple things that you never think about in these videos, like the medication and the bank and things like that. It's all about packing. So I just figured, you know what, even though my very second video I ever made was packing for the Philippines video before my last trip, but it's old. We're at 112, that's 110 videos ago. They don't pop up that often, so let's just redo that, add a few new things that I've learned and from comments from my subscribers. And we're gonna go over, so you bought your ticket to the Philippines, now what do you do? Okay, so you wanna go to the Philippines. Good on you, mate. Philippines is amazing. You got your passport, right? Of course, you gotta have a passport. Valid passport. You don't need a visa if you're from the United States or many other, I'd say, more wealthy countries. That's one thing great about being American is you don't need a visa to hardly go anywhere. So go ahead and print out, you bought your tickets. There's a bunch of other, I'll put in at the end of the videos how to find your best deal for tickets. I'll link to that. But go ahead and print it out. Now I've got, I'm flying Spirit to LA, and then I bought from LA, from China Air, what's it called? China Air or something like that? Air China, from LA to Peking and Peking to Manila. So I got that all printed out. So I got my passport, I got my tickets. Now what? How much time do you have before you leave him? Because you should do a few things. As I talked about in the last video, you should tell your bank that you're going. I did the phone thing. Some other people are saying, well, why don't you just get a SIM card? And the reason why I just go ahead and go to AT&T and pay the $50 for the extended phone coverage and the gig of data is I don't want to I don't know a whole lot about that. I don't want to mess with my SIM card in my iPhone. I need my phone exactly the way it is because I do business through my phone, and I can do business in the Philippines. I can return texts, I can return phone calls, even though there's a 12-hour time difference. So if I pay the $50, everything works as normal, and I get a whole gigabyte of data. Just always look for the Wi-Fi hotspots when possible. And then like per my last video, go ahead and count out your pills. Make sure that you have, if you have any medication, that you have enough to sustain you through your vacation. If not, you might have to call out your insurance company to see if you can get your orders filled sooner. Okay, so we've covered that. Now what do we do? Shots. Somebody made a comment about, should I have any shots? I don't know if you're a healthy person, I wouldn't really worry about it. My first trip or two, I didn't have any shots, but I was at the doctor's office for a physical. I said, you know what, I travel a lot to Asia. Let's get the Hep A and Hep B. So that's what he suggested. So the hepatitis A, I remember I got a shot. I had to come back 6 months later to get the second shot. There's a follow-up shot before it's fully effective. So I guess that's, check with your physician about that. I did get the Hep A and Hep B shots just to be double safe. I've never had any issues besides catching a cold or having bronchial problems because the air pollution in the cities is pretty bad, and I have some breathing problems. So that goes on with shots. All right. So if you're just going for pleasure, just pack a good attitude and get ready to enjoy yourself. If you have a Filipina that you're going to meet there, which is probably the majority of cases of my viewers, she will be an invaluable part of the trip. She will be your tour guide. She will show the ins and outs and everything, and that's how I learned, is Ina. And now after so many trips, I've got it down, but at the beginning, thank God for Ina, because she did all the business for me. I gave her the money. She did all the haggling. She got all the prices. I just gave her the money and let her, I didn't give it to her, but she held the money. So, money, let's talk about money. All right, so you're gonna need some cash in the Philippines. Most places don't take credit cards there. Some hotels don't, some hotels and resorts you'll have to pay. They're like mom and pop outfits. They won't take your credit cards. So bring cash. I know people, you say you can set up a bank account and all this stuff, or Western Union yourself. All I do is I bring cash with me. Just crisp, clean $100 bills, and double check it. If you go to the bank to get your money, go through them. Nothing wrinkled, nothing old, nothing ripped, nothing with writing on them. Because when you go to the exchange your money, they won't take that. They're really, really picky. They think they're like baseball cards or comic books. They better be mint or near mint condition, or they don't want them. Even though they'll give you crappy money back. We were in dumaguete, and I was exchanging money, and she gave me a bunch of money, a few of the bills back, and she said, "No, we can't take these." I'm saying, "Well, what's wrong with them?" This one's got writing on it, and they're not in very good condition. But the pesos they gave me were just like worse. So I kept on giving her money back. So give me a different peso, give me here, I don't want this one, because I was kind of being a prick. And he was like smacking me and telling me to stop it. Make sure that your money is crisp and clean, no caffeine. Do I want to do packing? Oh, we'll do packing at the end. So I guess these are the important things. So now what I do is, because you're going to a third world country, people are poor, so you have to, you got to watch your back. This is what I do. I just came up with this by myself. You can get like a money belt or something that makes you feel better. I'm paranoid by nature and distrusting by nature. So I came up with this, and I think it works pretty good. This is just an iPhone 8 or iPhone 8S jumbo, the big iPhone case. Buy the biggest one you can. And they're waterproof. And it comes with a lanyard. I put this here, and then I put it down my shirt. It's not that big. You can hardly even tell I'm wearing it. It's comfortable. I can even go swimming with this because it is waterproof. And inside this little handy-dandy contraption is just enough room to fit the following. I bring a second one for my phone, too. They're cheap. Get them on Amazon. But this one is just basically my chest wallet. I don't bring my wallet. I'll show you what I bring. This piece of paper all wrapped up. I'll show you what that is. Of course, your passport. And this is the only part of my wallet I bring. It's just a little place where you put your photos and stuff. I've got my license here. I got my health insurance card, which I don't think works. Somebody said, call your provider so you get overseas coverage. I'll try doing that, but I don't think Total Health Care, they'll say, hey, you're on your own if you're over there. So inside also, the little pockets in here, I have a color copy of my passport. I'll fold it up, what they call the bio page. Of course, if I lose this, it's got my passport and my copy. I'm screwed, but in case I just lose my passport, I've got a copy of that. Here's the other. Okay, so that's the end of part one. I decided to put this in two parts since it was so long. So this is the end of part one, but don't worry, don't go anywhere. I'm uploading part two right now. So hopefully you'll be able to watch these back to back. But if part two's not up, just wait 30 minutes, it'll be up. Trust me. Oh yeah, here comes this part. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Here's a couple older videos. One of these is the original packing video, which you might want to check out. And stay cool, stay warm, stay classy.